Hello viewers, we are going to see how we can solve problems of logarithm like the one we have here. Log to base b x plus 1 in bracket plus log to base b x minus 2 in bracket is equal to 0. And we are asked to solve this equation. So very quickly, we are going to apply the law of logarithm. Now when we are adding logs of the same base, we are going to multiply, right? Anytime we are adding logs of the same base, we have base b in this case and we have base b in this case. Anytime we are adding logs of the same base, we are going to multiply whatsoever you have as the log. Like here we have log to base b x plus 1, which is log of x plus 1 to base b. So we are going to multiply x plus 1 and x minus 2 because x plus 1 is in base b and x minus 2 is also in base b, which means their base are the same. So we are going to multiply what we have here, right? So very quickly, when we multiply, because the bases are the same, we are going to have log to base b x plus 1 into x minus 2 is equal to 0. Can you see? So they have, both of them have taken one base, one log, which is this, because they are the same. So we have given the both of them one log so that we can be able to multiply. So very quickly, we have to eliminate this log. What do we do to get rid of this log here so that we can multiply and get our answer? Like what I said in our previous class, there is a shortcut, and the shortcut is moving the base, crossing the equal to sign, and pushing whatsoever you have here to become the index of the base. What do I mean? I have b as my base here. B will come to this side, and this 0 will become the power of b. It will now be b raised to power of 0. Right? So we'll have x plus 1 into x minus 2 is equal to b raised to power of 0. And we remember our law of indices, that whatsoever is raised to power of 0 is equal to 1. Anything that is raised to power of 0 is equal to 1. So we'll have x plus 1, x minus 2 is equal to 1. Right? So very quickly, we are going to multiply what we have here, and we'll have x into x, x into negative 2, 1 into x, and 1 into negative 2. X into x will have x squared. X into negative 2 will have negative 2x. 1 into x will have plus x, and 1 into negative 2 will have negative 2 is equal to 1. So we are going to collect like terms. When I subtract 1 from both sides, I have, like moving this one to the other side, which is crossing the equal to sign, becomes negative 1. So to this negative 2 I have here, I have negative 3. And when I add negative 2x and x, I have negative x. I have x squared minus x minus 3 is equal to 0. Right? So we can see that from this point we have a quadratic equation. So very quickly, we are going to solve this problem quadratically, and we are going to use the formula method, which is also known as the almighty formula. We are going to use the formula method to get this problem, or to get the value of x, because factorization method will not work easily with this. So we are going to use the formula method. We are going to introduce the formula method of quadratic equation, which is minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. And remember, in our last class in our previous class on quadratic equation, we discussed how we have three different terms in quadratic expression, which the first one is a. You can call it the a. The second one is the b, or you call it the middle term. Then the last one is the c, or you call it the constant, right? So this is our a, this is our b, and this is our c. And always remember to attach the signs close to whatsoever is having the sign. Like in this case, in this b, I have negative b, which is negative x, and in this c as my constant, I have negative 3. Then here I have an invisible sign of positive sign, an invisible positive sign in this case, right? So very quickly I'm going to substitute in my values and solve. So I have negative b, which is negative, and my b is negative x, remember, so I have negative, and x is having a coefficient of an invisible 1, so I'm going to have negative 1, then plus or minus the square root. I have b, which is negative 1 squared, so I have this 1 squared, and I have minus 4, and remember my a is this, which is having a coefficient of 1, so I'm multiplying by 1, right? And my c is negative 3, and I multiply by negative 3. So all of this will be divided by 2 times a, which is 2 times the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. 2 times 1 is 1, so I have what? 2 times 1 is 2, so I have 2, right? So from here I can tidy up. Negative into negative, I have positive 1, so I have 1 plus or minus what I have here, b squared, which is negative 1 squared. Negative 1 squared is equal to 1. I have 1. Now I have negative 4 times 4, which is negative 4, times negative 3, which will give me positive 12. So I have what? 1 plus 12, all divided by what I still have is what? 2. So at the end I have 1 plus 12 is 13, so I have 1 plus or minus square root of 13, all divided by 2. I'm bringing this to this side, so I have 1 plus root 13 all divided by 2. 1 plus or minus root 13 all divided by 2. So I have the value of root 13 to be approximately to 1 decimal place 3.6. So I have 1 plus 3.6 over 2, 1 plus or minus 3.6 all divided by 2. So I'm solving for x now. I have 1 plus 3.6 over 2, or 1 minus 3.6 all over 2. So if I go with this, I have 4.6 over 2, or negative 2.6 over 2. So 2 go into 4.6, I have 2.3, or when 2 go into this one, I have 1.3, which is negative 1.3. So converting this into fraction, I have x to be equal to 23 over 10, or x is equal to 13 all over 10, which is the correct answer to this problem. It is quite easy, it's quite simple. Obeying the laws and signs, you will definitely get it correctly. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next on our next class. But make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hope to see you in our next class. Bye.